What's up, everyone? Firestarter here, bringing you some more replay casts. So today we have some ranked games from Dirty again. This is from the same session that he sent me, but I haven't actually done them until now. So I'll actually do a little experiment today. I'm gonna do a double feature, two games that I've selected because I thought they were pretty exciting. And I'll do double speed because there's a lot of downtime in 1v1 usually, and it might get boring to watch, and it means I have to talk for 40 minutes sometimes and I don't know what to talk about, so I just say random stupid shit that doesn't make any sense. So I guess they should kind of alleviate that of sorts. But yeah, let me know if you kind of like this. I value your feedback. If you want me to go back to regular speed, I'll do so. But yeah, for now we're gonna stick with this and see how it goes. Anyways, on the blue side, playing a Scandinavian mechanized, I think, it will be Dirty, smurfing as Tower. And on the red side, we have Mr. Omicron being... Is that Soviet? Yeah, that's Soviet. So, it looks like he is going for a very helo heavy start, whereas Dirty is going for a more of a standard play approach, lots of 5Vs and AA and infantry and shit like that. So yeah, let's actually just speed through the deployment phase. And yeah, I don't want to spoil this game for you, but I chose it for a very particular reason, and you'll see why in a while. So yeah, off we go. Let's actually switch like this. Both players playing very helo heavy, but Omicron more so than Dirty. And right off the bat, we will have a helo rush for Hotel. So same thing that happened to me in that 1v1 I had against Ronin. We'll see how Dirty manages to handle this one. So it looks like he'll spot it. Yeah, rallies out some RBS Jeeps. Pushes in the middle, but he does have that spawn neutralized now, so that will be an issue. Fennec did some nice reconnaissance and just being generally annoying there, so that should kind of distract his opponent and buy him some time here. But we also have, I want to see all of the action, kind of a skirmish going on here. Well, I shouldn't say skirmish, there's a lot of units. So Dirty takes note of the shenanigans going here and decides to be really aggressive in both Echo and push up to Foxtrot. We'll lose the CV here to the Spetsnaz Gru though, so that's gonna be slightly annoying. But he has a really nice position here, and he plays this off really well. Instead of trying to focus all of his efforts on taking Hotel, he decides to just forget it for now and take map control, because his opponent had to forfeit all this ground in order to make sure this little incursion here was successful. And now of course he'll just be funneling units and trying to take the rest of this. But yeah, both players' flanks are really exposed, as you can see. I mean, there's not much reconning them, which made the use of that Fennec so successful from the start. We now have some helos going around the side, trying to snipe Golf, but Dirty does take note of that. He's deployed some Stinger squads. He has these helos that will spot anything. And he's just making progress here. I mean, this is the right way to deal with this kind of situation. And yeah, at the same time he's trying to cut him off, isolate his opponent here, which should make it a lot more easier to deal with it. Of course, this reinforcement line is kind of an issue, but as long as you can deal with that, you should be fine. And this STRF, is it going to take out the CV actually? Hold on, let's see. Well, this action here is going on. It's literally next to it, but he hasn't moved up yet. So that's a bit unfortunate. If you can kill Charlie and just put that psychological pressure on your opponent, that's just massive. And yeah, there we go. He does manage to take out Charlie, so that's a pretty big deal for now. And you can see he has a really, really nice position. I mean, at this point his opponent is completely isolated, like 2 islands, and then Dirty just kind of has the rest of the map. And taking those vital zones, rallying out CVs, forcing his opponent to do the same. Just a really solid line, but I feel like Omicron is not really taking advantage of Hotel, to be honest. I mean, once you get the spawn, you really want to be aggressive with it. I don't really see that many units trying to... Well, I don't know. I think it's kind of futile going for golf. But if you can take this entire mountainside, sort of like what Ronin did when he took my spawn in that one game, that I don't really want to talk about, but whatever. Yeah, I was completely cut off. I couldn't reinforce from this area at all. And then this allows you to go via this road into Foxtrot, via this road into Echo, and then you can just pretty much be completely aggressive from that point on. So it's a bit weird that he's decided to shift his focus here instead of going like this, but he also has to deal with this massive defensive line here. Well, actually, he doesn't really have to deal with it from this angle. He can just flank from behind, but I don't know what it's going on in his head, to be honest. Yeah, and having this solid defensive position set up, now Dirty can just focus on denying Hotel. If he can take back Hotel, this game is completely his, because there's no way his opponent is going to cost effectively clean up all his territory he's forfeited. And still pumping out troops trying to snipe that CV, but as you can see, I mean, there's a fair amount of defenses here now. It's not too much. I mean, there's a Live Garden squad, but he can easily rally up more units if need be. And yeah, we have some more infantry in Charlie denying that cap, but the CV will go in the back there, so Charlie should go to red 4 pretty soon. Yeah, there we go. More CVs rallied up for both sides, so that should be even though. If Dirty caps Echo and Omicron caps Delta, they'll be at neutral. But Dirty's at a disadvantage right now. His opponent is 40 points ahead, which means Dirty has to do something. Otherwise, he might lose this game. And this is a very difficult thing to deal with if you're not prepared. But yeah, as I said, he really pulled it off really well, going for the land grab instead of trying to focus on Hotel right off the bat. It just allows him to just pretty much, you know, get the edge on his opponent. And did this CV and Delta go down? I swear I didn't see that. I think the SK-60B flew in, but I'm not sure. I was talking about things that weren't relevant, so yeah, apologies. I'm not the best at this. We do have that +1 bleed for blue 4 now, so that should be good. We do have some helicopter shenanigans going on the top. So we'll have to see what these guys manage to do. But once again, we have this lone infantry squad sneaking up in Charlie. I just don't understand how he manages to pull that off. It's so close to the spawn though, I don't think it'll do much damage. If the CV was maybe closer, he could have done something. But yeah, we have a massive reinforcement line now coming out from blue 4. So he will be going for Hotel, which is a smart choice at this point, seeing that his opponent is completely playing a defensive game, which I don't think is the smartest choice if you're in this position here. Like, as I said, you should completely exploit these 2 routes. Just cut off your opponent totally. I mean, this mountain would be so valuable to take, but yeah. Fighting Falcon doing a bombing run, doesn't score a kill on that CV. but that's okay because the main focus of the battle is going on here now. And you can see, yeah, these Gornos have landed here, but at this point there's just a massive defensive line. There's no way that Omicron is taking Golf at this point. I mean, that's the thing with taking this. You really gotta be aggressive right off the start. Cause yeah, this is just a really awkward position right now. I mean, the map kind of speaks for itself. We have yet more bombers trying to snipe that Charlie CV. I don't know. Like, I think these two bombers would have been much more useful supporting a push in hotel, maybe, instead of trying to snipe that. Still doesn't manage to get the CV. It's kind of futile attempts. And we kind of have a static game for now, but it's gonna heat up in a moment, I promise you that. Because I look into the future. Not much going on so far. Don't really know what to talk about. More bombing rounds? What are they gonna go for? Let me guess, CV sniping. Is it gonna go for Delta this time? I assume so, but that PD is out. That might be a disaster. No, actually it doesn't even score a single hit. Once again, doesn't manage to get the CV. Seriously, man, just focus your bombers in hotel. It would have been so much more useful. You know, combine it with an attack. Maybe guess where the CV in hotel is. That would make your life a lot easier, I think. But then again, I'm a scrub lord, so I shouldn't really be talking. I lost to the exact same tactic on this map, so yeah. We have more helicopters on the top, trying to do some shenanigans, maybe snipe a CV and Elena. But I think it's too little too late. Omicron definitely let his advantage down. He should have pushed right off the start, and yeah, there we go. We have the hotel snipe, and now combined with the push, there you go. That's what I want to see. Much more effective use of your planes. Yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, Omicron kind of just gave it up, to be honest. He just took hotel, tried to push into Golf, and saw that his efforts weren't that useful. Let me just zoom in a slight bit. And then he just kind of camped, which allowed Dirty to completely fortify his position. I mean, look at the massive amount of units he has on every side. And now it's allowing him to do this push here into hotel, and it seems to be working really well for him. So we have some. Okay, those are just credits. That's kind of smart, putting them by the air corridor to deny those bombers. But yeah, Dirty playing this off really well, keeping his cool, fortifying his positions, and then just taking hotel back. But I feel like Omicron's defensive play definitely helped a great deal in that. And now these low SUs here are just not going to be able to defend this on their own. We do have a CV rallied out, however, and a MiG-20. What was he? Okay, you see something new every day. Yeah, if this CV manages to land, that might be an issue, but I mean, it's an isolated zone. He can't really take advantage of this at this point. And yeah, solid use of those ASFs though. But those Falcons are just coming in and out. Kills one of them. But does not manage to take out the CV. Which doesn't really matter at this point. He has a CV of his own, so he's going to neutralize hotel pretty soon. And he has this massive infantry push coming in. So it should be good. He's in a nice position. He already has a foothold in the zone anyways. Let me just scoot over. There's some GRUs here on the spawn, but I don't think they're going to do much damage. We can keep it like this for now to just see what's going on both sides. Smart choice, rallying out a spare CV. Definitely don't want to lose this because this is the only thing keeping him in the game at this point. You know, his push into here was completely risky. I mean, maybe if he maintained a much stronger presence in Echo from the start, it would have worked. But yeah, I don't feel this is the optimal position to be in. Spare CV does go down. I think the Vegan went down. I'm not too sure. But yeah, we have some Spetsnaz and a BTR-80 should be able to deal with all this reservist here. I mean, reservists are just kind of useful for meat shielding stuff, not much else. Never mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. Those Spetsnaz are completely dead. So that should end well for Dirty. Hold on, does he have a sight on the CV? Or am I tripping balls? No, he does not. Okay, sorry about that. SK is being rallied out. We'll see what they're going for. That Strela does score a kill though. Gotta be careful. Does evac them. We do have the Spetsnaz squad here, but it's, yeah, as I said, there's just way too many defenses at this point. It's just way too late to be doing that type of shit. You know, you either do it at the start of the game, or you blob it and make sure your opponent doesn't see it, and you do it all at once. Or if you're Barry Dillon, then you just ball hard and spam helicopters all game. But this is kind of a funny situation. Hotel is neutralized now. The only thing defending the CV is this Akula, this MTVs, and this single SU-122. Well, not anymore, but if he pushed up, he could completely just take the zone. I don't know why he's being a bit reluctant, but probably because he doesn't see anything. We do have some helos being rallied out here, so it looks like some action happening here now. Probably time attack it. No, never mind, he's just flying around. But it looks like Omicron might be going for a push across this bridge now, but with only 8 minutes to go and being 130 points down, I think it's a bit too late for that. We have some more action here now. CV has been discovered, but it's still alive, so Dirty can neutralize that zone once again, no problem. And he's just rallying out helicopters. I don't think it's the right choice given the situation. And oh my god, the automatic spam is real. Never mind, they'll die, but that was still glorious to see. The CV was found and it ran away, and it just, yeah, that was funny. But yeah, I wanted to say the helicopters weren't really the optimal choice in that situation. I mean, just more ground stuff would have been fine. Even if you lock down the spawn, put infantry and tanks here, and just maybe give up hotel, you know, just score a bunch of kills, if nothing else. Because at this point, he's really lost the game. But still, quite a fun game though. Definitely a good example of what to do given the situation. Although I think Omicron's defensive play definitely helped out a bit. But still, you know, you shouldn't give up, I think. He has managed to take back Hotel though. But it doesn't really matter now. I mean, if Dirty can just keep his defensive line going strong, he should be fine. There's only 4 minutes left to go. And he's ahead by quite a bit. This little push here was completely unsuccessful. Yeah, all those T-72s died and whatever else was there. Now we have these Mi-24s and Mi-8s trying to do something, but there's just way too much shit now. Yeah, there's Stingers are really good. That 70% accuracy is just devastating. Their range is kind of crap though, but at least once you get in range, you make sure they're dead. And we have some free supplies here for Dirty, which is always nice. Be sure to thank your opponent though. So yeah, I mean there's only 2 minutes left of the game and not much else to talk about, so I don't know, I guess I can just speed it up. Yeah, everything I wanted to say I already said it, but in conclusion, I mean just really well played by Dirty. Even though he didn't manage to take Hotel, he took the rest of the map, bought himself enough time to deny Hotel, sorry. Just throw his opponent off guard, and yeah, really well played by him, definitely. Good game. Come on. 4 seconds left. Okay, there we go. Let's just take a look at the point discrepancy. Dirty with well, not a lot more kills, but still, that's kind of substantial. See, they both have equal ranks, so quite an even battle. But yeah, that was for game 1. I'm gonna go to game 2 now, so I'll see you in a bit. Welcome back. So now we have Plunging Valley. We have Dirty again, being Recon. Yeah, against frulling, which is a major, but still, I mean, ranks aren't really that representative of skill sometimes. It's a pretty fun game, I'm gonna tell you that from the start. I'm not gonna spoil anything yet, but yeah. Dirty playing his Scandinavian Mechanized once again, and frulling playing his USSR deck, I guess. I think it's a general deck, don't quote me on that. So yeah, I mean this is my favorite map in terms of everything really, because it just offers you so many opportunities. You know, you can play a lot of different specializations and still feel like you're not underpowered in certain situations, and you can just flank around from Bravo to Delta, from Foxtrot to Delta, or maybe just go straight out, or take this forest here, or take this forest here. You know, just a really nice map. It's a shame that the other maps don't really follow this design philosophy. You know, this is the European escalation type of maps. You just have an open field and bits of cover scattered around. No fucking choke points or rivers or whatever, just blocking your gameplay. But yeah, enough whining about maps. I think I've done it in every video so far. Let's just focus on the game for now. Frulling going for a Hilo heavy start. Looks like he wants Foxtrot right off the bat. Whereas Dirty going for more of a ground-based approach. Sort of like the last game, playing it safe. Making sure he's not getting caught out anywhere. You can see he has a balanced zone. What am I saying, man? Oh my god. Balanced forces. I'm really sorry. I haven't really slept that much. But yeah, frulling dedicating lots of resources to both the 1-point sectors, but not taking anything in Delta. Now you may be thinking this is kind of a bold move, and it really is, but in certain situations, and especially in 1v1, most of the time you assume that your opponent has a massive defensive line here. Let me just stop talking. That was a sweet bombing run, gotta admit. Yeah, so you can kind of bluff that and make your opponent think that there's nothing there. I mean, there's something there, even though there's nothing there. Yeah, I probably shouldn't cast these when I'm too retarded to speak. But anyways, we do have a massive push on Bravo now, coming out from Dirty. Really nice force composition, lots of infantry, lots of infantry fighting vehicles. Some AA, not too much, and then we have another bombing run here. Let's see how much damage he does. Wipes out a whole bunch of that, so it looks like frulling is gonna maintain his position here. But meanwhile in Bravo, Dirty is decided to do something that not many people do, and this is a really smart move. Just ignoring the buildings, take this forest line. This is a really, really crucial forest line. It allows you to cut off reinforcements coming into Foxtrot and then just isolate this little pocket here. Make sure you get the zone back. But for now, it's going to be a bit static there, so let's just see how Dirty's assault here is progressing. Yeah, most of his forces were wiped out due to bunching up too much. Same thing happened over here. And frulling not having that many forces, but he does have a BMPT, so that should be good enough to defend. But meanwhile, Dirty deciding, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna go for Delta. And that's the best move he has right now, considering there's absolutely nothing stopping him. So frulling needs to take note of this and put more defenses up. We do have this BTR-70s going to Charlie, but they're not going to do anything, so why even bother with them? Yeah, we have a bold push in Bravo. I mean, I wouldn't advise doing this, considering he is overextended and lacking any sort of AA. But then again, Dirty has nothing, so he kind of has nothing to lose by doing this. Well, except maybe a BMTT and a Morskaya Pehota squad, but whatever. I don't think he cares that much. KA-52, oh, manages to get out alive with 1 HP. That's a lucky KA-52. And just look at the map right now. I mean, this is... it's kind of a weird positioning. We have this little pocket here, trying to push up. Doing really well on their own. And then we have this massive cutoff here with these isolated troops. So you can say that Foxtrot kind of belongs to blue. And Bravo also kind of belongs to blue, but only half. I mean, there's nothing in this upper half here, but Dirty does not know that. So yeah, I mean, a lot of the times you can really bluff in these situations, which is what I like about 1v1 the most. You know, in team games it's just constant action, and you always kind of assume that there's stuff there. And, you know, most of the time there is. But in a 1v1, the force concentration is just really low, which allows for this fluid gameplay and hectic battles and just unpredictable shit happening. Yeah, it's really great to see. SU-24 did go down and not manage to score a kill, so kind of a waste there. Or whatever. And we do have the glorious Panzerbill spam. Yeah, it's the hip thing to do nowadays, considering it has a bug rate of fire, which has been reported to Eugene for I don't know how many months now. I even talked to FLX about it before the patch, but it's still not fixed, so yeah. That's great. Have fun abusing these until they last, which hopefully won't be long, but I don't know. Hopefully. Okay, so frulling has managed to soften up most of the defenses here. Managed to pop in with a BMPT, which got bombed, but you know, still having this presence here is nice. His little assault here wasn't that successful. And why is he using base Gornos? What? I mean, come on. Probably a mistake, but if that's a deliberate choice, I don't know. I'm starting to question his methods. Yeah. Anyways, these units there still alive, so that's kind of funny. But we do have a massive reinforcements line coming into Bravo by red and into Delta by blue, so it's gonna be kind of an interesting assault coming in here and like this, and we'll see what happens with Foxtrot for now. And just action all over the map. I mean, kind of a fun game. And there's a CV rallied out in Delta for Dirty, so that should help him secure the lead. He's quite a bit in, well, not quite a bit, but still he's in the lead, and this +2 should be sort of decisive, but he's losing grip of both Bravo and Foxtrot, which is not good. It really isn't. I mean, there's just a massive force here now, and these Panzerhüttes and these LHVs are not going to be able to deal with 3 squads of Morskaya Pehotas. But meanwhile, he has to push him out of Delta, because that's 2 points, and you don't want to be out of +2 tick, because that's just devastating. We do have a CV being rallied up for Foxtrot, so that should equal to a +1 bleed only for Dirty. And if he can manage to take Bravo, that should equal things out a bit. And then he just has to take back Delta and he should be good. But there's just a lot of troops here now, which, to be honest, aren't actually that scary. I'm going to zoom in a bit. You know, it's just LHVs and Panzerbills. A heavy tank here would just completely push through unscathed. So that should be easy to deal with, assuming frulling knows what he's dealing with here, which I'm assuming he doesn't, because recon in this game doesn't see shit. So yeah, that's fun. Have a bombing run rallied out, trying to scout out the CV maybe. Doesn't actually kill anything. Maintaining a solid presence in Foxtrot. These squads here have been alive since the start of the game. And we do have this BMPT push here. Let me just do this. It's a lot easier to see. Yeah, these two units are going to mop everything up, because there's really nothing to deal with them, aside maybe from these SKs, but they don't one-shot them. So yeah, if frulling is dedicated, he can just punch right through. I mean, there's really nothing stopping him, as I already mentioned. I don't know why Dirty's not using any tanks, not even in the previous game. I mean, Scandi Mech has some pretty bitchin' tanks. Scandi Moto as well. Those Leos are just sick. And there we go, completely wipes him out of Delta. So frulling looking strong now, managing to maintain Foxtrot, managing to take out this defensive line here, push through, and he is in an alright position in Bravo, I guess. I mean, he does have his huge gap in his defensive lines, but then again, there's nothing really substantial pushing through as of now. There's only 2 recon squads and the Panzerbill just chilling out. And he's just buying the appropriate counter. You know, BMPTs are just made for dealing with shit like this. Oh, BM being rallied out. Looks like he... nope, he's not going for a bombing run. Automatic is on though, does go down. That's a nice score for him, considering there's really no AA there anymore. So yeah, bomber coming out now, so that's perfectly timed with the fighter and seed escort. That's how you want to use your planes most of the time. Sometimes you can't, of course, you know, last ditch efforts and all that, but yeah. But looks like Dirty's gonna push frulling out of Bravo now. Manages to get a nice infantry presence here. That BMPT is not really gonna be able to deal with this much infantry in the forest, considering infantry got a massive AP buff across the board, which is kind of useful because previously, you know, you would just drive a tank into a forest and it would act better infantry than actual infantry. So I'm glad they actually changed that after me whining since ALB or something. Yeah, it's definitely good to see. But yeah, we have Dirty pushing strong here, but there's an appropriate response coming out from frulling out. Rallying out Goners though, I don't know why he's using these. I really don't. Does have those MTVs though, and they're really good for taking out, you know, pockets of troops like these. So this little forest line here should go back to red pretty soon. We have more fortifications coming in, which is good. Those Iglis should be useful considering those SKs have been really pesky. And now Dirty's defenses and Bravo have really thinned down. He's not looking good at this point. He is ahead by like 70-ish points. And that's a balls deep MiG, yeah. Just going straight in and does go down. That was, I don't know. That was pointless, really. You don't want to waste your seed like that, especially expensive high-end seed that you only get 1 per card of. I don't know, not the smartest choice now. Does rally out an EO talk, but with that MIG down, I don't think is that useful. You can just spam automatics for days now. But we do have a strong push coming out from frulling now into Bravo. And once again, there's just not much besides Liv Gardens and Panzerbills defending. Does get a nice stun on that Su-24, however, so that bombing run being prevented means these troops can actually do their job a bit better. What's this sneaking here? Oh, it's a transport with almost no fuel left. We'll see how his story ends up in a bit. But yeah, this is just a big ball rolling in hard now. Dirty needs to do something to prevent this from happening. You can see frulling now at a +2. So the tides have turned drastically for Dirty. I just feel like a single tank here would be able to hold the line rather well, but you know, maybe it's just not his style and I shouldn't be bashing him for it. I mean, I don't really use tanks anyways. I play motorized. What the fuck am I talking about? Wait, what's this? We have an FSK squad being disembarked here. So that's kind of a sneaky infiltration. We'll see what he manages to do with that. But his focus now is primarily here. You can see he is losing units rapidly. Frulling reinforcing as well. Really liking those MTVs. He's been using them a lot. I'm not a fan of him grouping him in a double stack like this, which means they're much more susceptible to area of effect damage. But with, I don't know. I was gonna say with the lack of AA, but that would have been a lie because there's a lot of AA here now. But it looks like Bravo kind of belongs to frulling now. Definitely. I mean, he has a much bigger unit presence. Those 3 automatics though are gonna provide a nice no-fly zone though for him, so it should be easy to deal with those. We just pan the camera so that we can see this half okay. Rallying out a T-88, that's a nice choice for this situation. I didn't really see any heavy anti-tank planes coming out from Dirty. CV did go down, okay. Missed that, but still. Yeah. So if he can deny those SK-60s, his tank should be pretty well, but he needs to spam those SK-60Bs if he wants to kill a tank. Oh, never mind, he has the Mjolnir. What is he doing with that? Did he really try to snipe a CV? Oh my god, Dirty, don't disappoint me like that. Okay, so it looks like frulling managed to take his CV back from Delta, put it in whatever his spawn zone is. I can't really read the name now, but it's not like it matters. But this kind of cost him precious time and reinforcement, which allowed Dirty to bounce back in Bravo. And as you can see, frulling is now in the lead by 4 points with only 9 minutes to go. So this is kind of an intense game. If frulling can manage to maintain his position in Bravo, get a CV in Delta, and just camp out for the rest of the game, he can win this. But it looks like the fob has been captured by Dirty, so he'll resupply his FSKs. And he has these 2 FSK squads in a nice position here. So this CV might go down as well, if he's not careful. Completely losing this half of Bravo though. 1 FSK squad has been spotted, so that one should go down, hopefully. Unless they stun helos, because apparently that's how this game works. And now, okay, yeah. CV and Bravo went down. Dirty at a +2, taking the lead. So once again, the tides are shifting. This is quite a hectic game. Not much action happening at the top. Yes, they kind of felt that it was futile. But that CV went down, and this FSK squad might take out this BRDM. We'll see. But there's a T64 right up in its face. Still just driving, not giving any fucks. Taking it out, so that's secure. But he needs to rally out a CV for Delta, and he needs that CV now. SU-24 managed to get out alive, but not scoring any kills. And what's he doing with his Foxtrot CV? That's either Miss Micro or maybe thinking Delta would have been useful, but I don't think that's really the best choice, considering now he's at a +3 bleed. I don't know. And once again, all of Dirty's forces in Bravo have been wiped out, and this T-80A is just pushing balls deep again. There's still a lot of unsupported pushes coming in from frulling, but they've been really successful, so I'm not going to bash him for it. Manages to get the CV, which means they're now neutralized, but he doesn't have Foxtrot. Maybe if he had Foxtrot and gotten a CV for Bravo, just maintain that position, he might have a chance of winning this game. He does, however, need to catch up like 100 points, and you know that's not that easy with 4 minutes on the clock. But now Dirty managing to put another CV in Bravo, going at another +1 bleed, so looks like he might secure the victory now. We do have, however, a push going on in the middle from frulling, not that successful, because FSKs are a really nice defensive unit, an offensive unit as well, because that Eric's just does short work of everything. And then you of course have the MG3. But yeah, CV and Delta has been spotted, so it might go down to some plane action. We'll have to wait and see. Mjolnir being rallied out, but stunned by the Su-27, which itself does go down, and then the Beryusa picks up that kill, so that's a nice interception for him. And this Foskerm, I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry, is just punching through this gap here. I think what's hurting frulling the most is the massive gaps in his defensive lines that he's been having throughout the game. Managing to sneak these BTR-80s. I don't know how that happened, but that's hilarious. Will he kill the CV? He does take out Charlie. Oh my god. Oh, that's great. But Dirty takes note of that, rallies out of command, so that's kind of pointless ultimately. Now with 1 minute on the clock, I think it's safe to say that this game belongs to Dirty. Quite a hectic and fun battle, I must say. I mean, a lot of back and forths, a lot of good plays coming out from both sides, a lot of unsupported pushes coming out from both sides. You can see the kills are pretty much even, so even though the ranks are kind of, you know, not equal, that was still a pretty equal battle. Quite fun. I really did enjoy that one, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye.